Alright, now, this issue is generally not for the government. It's for the community, but we're going to offer the government a way to assist the community in moving forward in finance instead of waiting for the community to catch up with the industry. In an earlier video we talked about how the community can establish financial stability. It was a strategy of creating a social media movement that would drive potential home buyers in the community to the smaller community-owned banks. This strategy would keep money circulating in the community and help protect potential home buyers from predatory loans. One of the most problematic policies in poor communities is welfare, Section 8, food stamps and other forms of public aid. This particular strategy applies to Section 8 because it's the rent-paying program and we're talking about home ownership. If the government doesn't want to wait for the social media movement to be implemented by the community, or if it just doesn't happen, the government can create its own home buying program. The program could be a cross between affordable housing and home buying. In these poor communities there are plenty of empty homes and abandoned houses. The government could acquire these houses for pennies on the dollar for very little money, if the government doesn't already own it. The government could then contract local community construction companies to rehab the houses. After the rehab, the government should not have spent too much money in the investment of these houses. The government can then sell these homes, for a low price, to low-income people at a small profit, using really small fixed interest rate loans, with very forgiving policies. This will ensure that low-income families and individuals can afford these homes. If both the price of the house and interest rate are low, the mortgage has to be low and manageable. If the house is priced low enough, then a family might pay a mortgage as low as a car note for a number of years. The way the Section 8 program is set up, the government pays 60 to 70% of the rent for a Section 8 approved unit. The recipient of the program pays the other 30 to 40%. Rehabbing low-priced homes will ensure that the price of the house will be so low that the monthly payment would be easily achievable. The person or persons would qualify for a home that would require a monthly payment that is in the same range as what the family paid on Section 8. If the state and local government effectively facilitates the program, the government will not have to pay for housing anymore and will make a small profit, but will save a lot of money. If the government wants to get people off of Section 8 housing, this will be instrumental. The government must make sure that people who are not low-income people are not manipulating the system. For example, landlords who want to acquire income properties might try to acquire some of these properties to make money. Also, people who make a decent wage and are not low-income people might want to have access to the program to acquire an extra property. The local government has to find a way to prevent this from happening. The best way to make sure that low-income people are the first and only priority is to make low-income people the only eligible candidates for this program. The highest priority for the program should be the recipients of Section 8 housing. After that, the other recipients of the program should be people on other forms of public aid. That way, every eligible candidate should be low-income recipients. We already talked about what more homeowners in poor communities will mean for taxpayer dollars in those communities. It will also mean more economic stability for the community, as well as the government will be able to transition people off of Section 8, ultimately saving the government millions of taxpayer dollars. The government has the resources, information and infrastructure to pull this off. It simultaneously phases out a major liability for the government and restores poor communities. And creates more tax dollars without raising taxes. It's an easy fix. Like and subscribe.